Imagine you are standing in the customs line at JFK or LAX. You've just spent 3 weeks visiting your family back home. A normal trip, the kind you've taken a dozen times before. You have your green card in your hand, the same piece of plastic you worked for years to earn. You step up to the booth, expecting a "welcome home," but instead, the officer points to a small camera on a tripod. "Look right here," he says. You look for exactly 3 seconds. The camera clicks, and suddenly the officer's screen flashes bright red. He doesn't ask how your flight was. He looks you in the eye and says 4 words that make your heart stop. "Step aside, please, sir." In those 3 seconds, you didn't just take a photo. You walked into the biometric trap of 2026. Because of a technological shift that went live on December 26, 2025, that camera just told the officer you've been outside the US for 181 days, even though you were only gone for 20. One wrong answer in the next 10 minutes, and a computer glitch could cost you your green card before you even leave the airport. Welcome back to Lawful Immigrant Shield. I am your host, Tom Lamas. Today, I am breaking down the airport face scan error, a new reality where high-tech glitches are flagging thousands of innocent green card holders for abandonment of residency. What you are about to learn today is the exact knowledge that immigration lawyers charge $500 an hour just to explain. We are going to go deep into the new Biometric Entry-Exit Program expansion, why the once-a-year travel trick is now a ticket to deportation, and I'm going to give you the silent shield strategy to protect your status if the machine ever turns red on you. If you have a green card or a visa and you plan on flying this year, you need to watch every single second of this, because in 2026, being the last to know is a risk your family cannot afford. Before I show you how to defend yourself, you need to understand the scale of the surveillance machine that is now watching every move you make. On December 26, 2025, the Department of Homeland Security activated a massive expansion of the Biometric Entry-Exit Program. For 30 years, the government was good at knowing when you entered the country, but they were very bad at knowing exactly when you left. There was a window of ambiguity. If an officer asked how long you were gone and you said 4 months, they often had no immediate way to prove you were actually gone for 7. That window is now slammed shut. Under the new 2026 rules, every single non-citizen, including every green card holder, every H-1B worker, and even children as young as 14, is photographed using facial recognition every time they board a plane to leave the US and every time they land to come back. This isn't just for security. It is a tracking system that builds a perfect digital timeline of your life, and that data is stored for 75 years. Now here is where the 3-second glitch happens. The system is designed to do the math for the officer before you even reach the counter. If the computer sees that you've been outside the US for more than 180 days, it automatically flags you for readmission inspection under Federal Law 8 U.S.C. 1101. But we are seeing a massive surge in false flags. Maybe you have a common name. Maybe the airline's exit data didn't sync correctly with the CBP database. We are seeing cases where people who were only gone for 2 weeks are being told by a computer that they've abandoned their residency. Let me tell you about Mrs. Gupta. She is a 65-year-old grandmother and a green card holder who lived in New Jersey for 15 years. Last month, she went to India for 20 days for her niece's wedding. When she landed back at Newark, the face scan clicked and the officer's screen beeped. The computer claimed she had been outside the US for 190 days. Why? Because the system failed to record her return trip from a year ago. To the algorithm, she had never come back from her previous vacation. Mrs. Gupta did what 90% of people do. She panicked. She started over-explaining. No, I was here. I have a job. I pay taxes. But remember, the CBP officer is not your friend. He is an enforcement officer, and he now has a computer screen telling him you are lying. Because she panicked and couldn't produce immediate proof of her intent to reside, the officer pressured her to sign a form called I-407, the voluntary abandonment form. She signed it just so she could go home, not realizing that by signing that piece of paper, she had just legally ended her life in America. This isn't just happening to new arrivals. Look at the case of Victor Avila, a green card holder for 58 years. 58 years of paying taxes and following rules, and he was still pulled into a back room after a short trip to see his son. In 2026, the message from the top of the government is clear. Question everyone, trust no one, and if there is any doubt, detain. So, how do you protect your family from a machine that assumes you are guilty? You use the silent shield strategy. This is your 5-step plan for the 2026 airport landscape. Step 1. Document your life anchors before you pack. In the old days, you just carried your passport and your green card. In 2026, that is not enough. You need to carry a travel protection folder. Inside this folder, you must have your last 3 years of U.S. tax returns. Filing as a resident is the strongest proof that America is your home. A copy of your current lease or mortgage statement. A recent utility bill or a U.S. bank statement showing active daily spending. And an employment verification letter. If the computer screen turns red and the officer asks, "Where do you really live?" you don't argue with words, you open that folder. When an officer sees a stack of legal proof, the conversation changes from, "I'm detaining you," to, "I'm verifying you." Step 2. Never gamble with the 180-day line. A lot of green card holders still believe the old myth that as long as they come back once a year, they are safe. That is false. If you are gone for more than 180 days, you are legally treated as an applicant for admission, which means you lose many of your resident protections at the booth. If you know you will be gone for more than 4 months, do not leave without a re-entry permit, Form I-131. It costs money and takes time, but it is a legal shield that prevents the government from using the length of your absence against you. Step 3. Use the 3-second rule for your phone. In 2026, CBP officers are searching a record-breaking number of phones, over 55,000 last year alone. If they pull you into secondary inspection because of a biometric glitch, they will ask for your phone. They are looking for digital breadcrumbs, WhatsApp messages where you joked about staying abroad, or photos geotagged in another country. Before you hand your phone over, take 3 seconds to swipe down and turn on airplane mode. Under CBP Directive 3340-049B, officers are only allowed to search data stored locally on the device. They cannot legally go into your cloud, your Google Drive, or your remote backups without a much higher level of authority. Airplane mode is the wall that protects your private life. Step 4. Never, ever sign Form I-407. This is the most important thing I will tell you today. If an officer tells you, "It will be easier if you just sign this and come back on a tourist visa," they are lying to you. Form I-407 is a record of you voluntarily giving up your green card. Once you sign it, your status is gone, and even a judge cannot easily give it back. You have a legal right to refuse to sign. If they pressure you, you must say this: "I do not wish to abandon my permanent resident status. I refuse to sign Form I-407. I request a hearing before an immigration judge." Under Section 240 of the Immigration and Nationality Act, a CBP officer cannot cancel your green card. Only a judge can do that after a full hearing. By refusing to sign, you buy yourself months or years to fight your case with an attorney. Step 5. The power of silence. Immigration officers are trained to use silence and guilt as weapons. They want you to fill the air with stories that they can use against you. If you tell them, "I stayed in India for 7 months to take care of my mother," the officer writes down, "Subject prioritized foreign family over U.S. ties." Be polite, be short, and be factual. If the questioning gets aggressive, use your constitutional right. Say, "I am exercising my right to remain silent, and I would like to speak with my attorney before answering any more questions." We are living through the largest expansion of immigration surveillance in American history. The government has $170 billion, AI-driven facial matching, and databases that track your movement down to the hour. But you have this channel, and knowledge is the only thing that levels the playing field. Before you go, I need you to do 3 things to stay safe. First, share this video with every green card holder you know. Send it to your family WhatsApp groups. One person seeing this could be the difference between a family staying together and a grandmother being sent back on the next flight. Second, hit the subscribe button for Lawful Immigrant Shield and turn on the bell notification. The rules in 2026 are changing every single week, and I am here to make sure you are never the last to know. Third, join our official WhatsApp alert channel. The link is in the description and the pinned comment below. I send real-time updates there the moment a new airport rule drops or an emergency court ruling happens, so you can protect your family before you even leave your house. In the next video, I'm going to show you the 5 things you must delete from your phone before you land, including a new rule about zero-click spyware that ICE is now using to read encrypted messages without you even opening an app. You do not want to miss that one. Protect your money, protect your family, and protect your status. I'm Tom Lamas, and I'll see you in the next one.